Right, welcome back. I've now re-primed the F-5 MiG-28. On the previous update, I've done all my sanding and filling with the household filler, and the primer's covered up really nice. Not bad at all. Both sides of the main wing there, looking really nice. The gap's disappeared. On the tail wing, again, the gap has disappeared. Looking really nice. On the underneath, I'm most impressed with. It's really nice, not bad at all, and a little bit of gap on the tail wings there. So that's that sorted. Now you can see that I've got a white spot on the back of the tail wing, both sides. Because if you remember from the MAM Modelling sheet, I've thrown the sheet away because it's no good, but I've kept the white background for the star and the roundel. I'm hoping that the white sheet might be a bit more stronger. So what I've done is I've just cut out on the side. I've done a bit of research, got a screenshot off the Top Gun film with the dogfight, and I've selected those. Those are 18mm wide. 18mm. Yeah, 18mm wide. And then what I've done is I've just got a bit of card off an old nachos kit box that my kids like nachos. And basically what I've done is I've just put the card behind the wing, well in front of the wing, and then I just, behind the wing, and then just got my Sharpie, went round, drawed round the back of the wing, cut it out, and then just got those decals, and just went on with my Sharpie round there and cut it out with my scalpel. And you can see by the tape marks, I've just taped it to the back of the wing on this side, sprayed with the white primer, let that dry, and then with my appliance gloss white, just spray that, let it dry, take the tape off, and then just done the same on the other side, like that. Just turned it, turned it round, and you can see the tape marks on that side as well. And again, I've just took the tape off this one. I've got a bit of paint bleed on there, but that one's not too bad. So I've done this for two reasons. One, because the reviews that I've read on eBay saying that the white decals still need a white background behind them. But I'm hoping these work, fingers crossed, touch wood. If they don't, I've already copied these onto my computer, and I'll just have to print them on clear paper, and that's another reason why I've done that white background. But with that all being said, this is now ready to be painted. Right, it's finale time on the F-5 MiG-28. It's want to be a fairly quick build, 2 weeks. And I'm really well chuffed on how it's turned out actually. So everything's been done since the last update, and she's all finished. So here's a final reveal. Well, there she is, all finished in all her glory. So when I'd left you, I'd done the primer and masked off the white circle for the decal. So I went by hand with a brush, matte black, let that dry, then the gloss black, and then clear glossed it. But I left the tail wing. So what I did is I put the decal on, but this is a decal that I've made myself, because unfortunately the MAM Modelling ones fell apart on me, and I thought, with it being white paper, it might have been more thicker and more versatile, but they did fall apart on me. So I scanned them into my computer beforehand, but I didn't like how thick that line was, that orange line. So I redid the decal myself in paint, printed it off on Word, but I realised I had half a sheet of white decal paper left, so I thought, screw it, I'm going to print them on white paper. So when I cut them out, I went about 2mm away from the orange line. I did the sealing with the clear lacquer, and then I put the decals on that white circle, and then microsol
sealed them with the gloss, and then I went round the edges of the decal in the matte black. Then I completed the painting of the rest of the tail wing in the matte black. Then I did the gloss all the way around, and then even though I'd sealed the decal, I just went with the gloss all the way, the clear gloss, all the way on the wing. Same as again on the other side. Went round with the matte black, gloss black, and the clear gloss, and then painted the rest of the wing matte black, gloss black, clear gloss, and it's blended in quite well actually. So once that was finished, I then glued the exhausts on, the tailpipes, painted them in gunmetal and glued those on. Then I turned it upside down. Same again, matte black, gloss black and clear gloss. And I think it looks really nice. I was going to do a sheen. I was going to paint the satin gloss on. But to be honest, the way it's dried more or less satin, but it's not gloss either. So it's got a nice sheen to it, but not too overpowering. Right, the sunshine's coming through, lovely through the window, so you can make out the pilot through the canopy. So I painted the pilot in the matte black, done anthracite for his face mask, his oxygen masks and the pipes, silver for the belt buckles. I painted the visor white because if you watch the film, it's not black, but it's not clear either. It's like a smoke. Well, I've got some Tamiya smoke, so I painted the Tamiya smoke over the white for the visor. And you can also make out that little decal there. That's off the MAM Modelling sheet. It was one of the tiny star decals on the bottom of the sheet. For some strange reason, that didn't fall apart on me. So I painted the helmet white, got that on, and it went down really well without breaking. So once I'd sealed it, Microset and sealed it with the clear gloss, I just went round with the gloss black, and I think that's a great addition to that. And on the face shield there, I just put a red dot on it. It's not exactly star, but you can't really make it out, to be honest, but the sunlight's coming through to the cockpit. It's really nice. So I glued the pilot seat in, glued the pilot in, and then put the canopy on. Now the canopy, I just went with the glue and glaze around the edges, all the way around, and then just scented it the best I could, and then put the tape over it to hold it down, and I left that overnight to dry. Took the tape off, and then I got my 1mm masking tape and done all the canopy lines, especially over the centre there where that would come up and it would come back down to meet the front screen. And then just sealed the edges of the 1mm masking tape, and again matte black, let that dry, the gloss black, and then the clear gloss. And it's not 100% blended into the rest of the body, but it's not too bad, so I'm really liking that. And last but not least, well, almost last but not least, you got the nose point. So I just painted that in the black, like I've said, super glued it into place, and then just put some of the Tamiya extra thin, let it seep into the join, and glued that on. Now last but not least is the missiles. So I primed the missiles in the white primer, then sprayed the appliance gloss white, grey for the tips of the missiles, and then just glued those onto the edge of the wing racks, both sides. Just put a drop of super glue there, drop of super glue there for the pinholes on the pins, and then the rest of it was just the Tamiya extra thin as it seeps in. The reason for my backdrop, which is basically a blue towel on my desk and a blue towel matching hanging off the shelf. I've got a couple of pieces of fishing wire. What I have got remaining, I've got to get me some more, because I've got to hang these Top Gun models from the roof, the ceiling I should say. I put one bit of fishing wire here, one bit of fishing wire here, and hung the F-14 upside down to recreate the keeping up foreign relations scene for the still from Top Gun. So it went to about here. I then boosted the F-5 MiG-28 with some boxes and the turntable, brought that up, and it was just below it, and the distance between both planes was about right as seen in the film, and I've took my still. And also I wanted to do where I'm going to pause this and I'm going to put all three planes together so you can see them all together against the blue backdrop. Well, there they are all together now, and you can see the sheer scale of how big the F-14 is compared to the A4 Skyhawk and the F-5 MiG-28. I can assure you that though the MiG-28 and the F4 Skyhawk is 1/48 scale, as that is 48 scale. Right, so I'm going to get the A4 and very gently drop it on top of there, and you can see the scale, how big that actually is compared to the A4. And then get the F5 MiG and do the same very gently. There we go. You can see the sheer scale. But if you put the F5 against the A4, they're not that too indifferent in size wise. Because if you remember from the Top Gun film, Commander Heatherly, Jester, he did say the planes that you will be going up against for training, being the A4 Skyhawk, are the same size and the same manoeuvrability of the enemy MiGs. So there's one last look at my complete Top Gun build. Right, so there it is, all finished, the MiG-28. The shortest of the three planes that took me to build, took me just over 2 weeks to do that. And the build has took me nigh on 10 months, especially with all the delays I had with the F-14, my life getting in the way. So I want to thank you for sticking with me for these 10 months for this Top Gun build. As usual, hopefully I haven't bored you too much. I'll put some stills on at the end of this video, and I'll see you fairly soon with the next build. So thank you very much for watching.
Can't shoot this son of a bitch. Let's see if we can have a little fun with him. Is this your idea of fun, Mav? Greetings. Watch the birdie. Jeez, I cracked myself up. This is a great shot, Mav. I should be a photographer.